There's something about a creek in the wilderness that just slows everything down. Today, I'm hiking a trail that follows the stream in the backcountry. Find a cascade of waterfalls and tempt a wild trout out of the water before the day's done. And that was my first creek crossing. Tried so hard not to get my feet wet or having to take my boots off. But I'm in the Hemingway Boulders Wilderness area in the Sawtooth National Forest in Idaho. This is a newly designated wilderness area, and I say new, it is as recent as 2015, and totals of about 67,000 acres of land. This is in the highest elevation in Idaho, with mountain peaks that top out at just over 11,000 feet of elevation. The Hemingway Boulders Wilderness area gets its name from a gentleman named Hemingway that lived in this area, and the Boulder Mountains, which have unique geological rock formations. This wilderness also butts up against two other wilderness areas, so there's 3 wilderness areas in total in this mountain range right here. With all 3 wilderness areas combined, it makes for a huge wilderness area. And just in the Hemingway Boulders Wilderness, there's only about 26 to 29 miles of trail. So that means it is remote and you're not going to run into very many people out here. This is the North Fork of the Big Wood Creek that I am following right now, and the creek that I just crossed. This is a unmaintained trail in a wilderness area. So I really don't know what to expect. I think in total it's about 4 miles, maybe 6 miles. So 2 to 3 miles out, 2-3 miles back to the trailhead. And from this trail, there's multiple different trails you can take. You can go on the West Fork of the Big Wood Creek or the East Fork of it. There's many different routes. You can also take trails up, straight up to the mountain peaks up here to Alpine Lakes. There's endless opportunities, but none of the trails are maintained or marked out here. And when I say wilderness area, this is a federally designated wilderness area. So there are no motorized vehicles allowed, nothing mechanical, so not even a bicycle, foot traffic only, or equestrian use only, hike or horseback, and that is it. All right, I went down a wrong trail. At that fork earlier, I took a left. I was supposed to take a right. When I say these are not marked, these are not marked at all. So I just had to backtrack a lot because it was taking me up the West Creek Pass, or the West Fork of Wood Creek Pass. And I was trying to stay on the North Fork because it stays down by the creek the whole time. And any map you look at, it's going to be off a little bit. But back on track now. I'm already tired and hungry, and I just started. Those trees are really neat and interesting how they're growing. Huh. Like all 3 of them right here just have these curves to where like they're trying to find sunlight, and then they just start curving and then grow straight up. It's so cool. It's always fascinated me how trees just find any way to grow anywhere. Like it could be a bare rock surface and somehow there's a tree growing out of a little crack or crevice, and how they grow and find sunlight, and it creates these beautiful twists and turns and curves on trees. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, I'm struggling right now. I'm having a rough day so far. I don't know why. Well, one reason, I haven't slept great the last couple nights, so I'm really tired. And I'm also really hungry right now. Like I literally just had breakfast like an hour ago, maybe 2 hours tops. Keep seeing this green moss on all these trees out here, or lichen, whatever it is. It's so gorgeous though, and it's so thick. As there are still wildflowers here, I think I've missed the peak color or peak time for all the wildflowers here. They're still here, there's still a lot of color, but they're all starting to die off a little bit. Still pretty though. You know me, I love my wildflowers. It's also a very windy day. I don't get it. It's like just today. Yesterday, still calm as it could be. Today, it's like crazy high winds. Keeps blowing my phone tripod down too. According to the map I'm using, it shows that there is a set of waterfalls up here. Hopefully that's true, and we're not just hiking a trail that dead ends to nothing. Which, don't get me wrong, it's beautiful. It is a gorgeous trail. Now, I also have brought my little 6-foot fly fishing rod and reel. That little dude right there. And I have been kind of scouting out some little fishing holes on this creek here, because there are a ton of wild trout here. And I have yet gotten a fly fish since I've been up in the northern area here. And if you'll watch my Yellowstone video, you know how bad I wanted to fly fish on the Yellowstone River and catch the Yellowstone cutthroat. Didn't get to do that, but I'm in a wilderness in Idaho in the Sawtooth. I'm gonna try to make that happen today, is fish, because I have seen some trout in these waters. They're not big, but they're in there. And these are wild trout, and they're gonna be gorgeous in color if we can trick them out of the water here. My legs are heavy, y'all. I'm so tired, I'm struggling. We're not even to the falls yet. Don't get me wrong, I have food with me. Just trying to ration it and portion it out best that I can today. And I have plenty of water too. I was just so hungry right from the start after I literally just ate a huge breakfast, and I didn't want to scarf down my food right off the bat. Once I get to the falls, I'll eat up. Shouldn't be too far. I say that, I don't even know how long this trail is. Well, a waterfall is looking more promising now. The creek's dropped more into that canyon there. We're climbing up above the canyon. So waterfall looks promising. This trail's not as easy as it looks. It's like the most gradual climb ever, but it's there and you feel it. But on camera, I don't think it looks that steep. And even in person, it doesn't look that steep until you start looking back. I do know this for a fact. This entire trail is about 1,600 feet of elevation gain. I do remember that. Okay, we're getting a little bit of waterfall action now. I think it's just gonna get bigger the further up this canyon we go. It's crazy that there's still snow on that mountain over there. Snow, maybe they're remnants of a glacier. What's left of a glacier? I don't know. There's white patches, so there's some kind of ice or snow up there. Oh, that feels good. We're getting there. We're close. I hear it. I think we're here. Oh, goodness. Yeah, this is it. So I'm gonna try to get down to the base of that waterfall. It's gonna be steep, but it doesn't look too crazy. It doesn't look too bad. It's steep and it's not far, but it doesn't look terrible. I may be regretting this here in like 1 second. We're about to find out. Yeah, wasn't too bad. Definitely done worse. Now, getting up this, that's gonna be interesting. That might be a different story. It's so nice sitting here. You can feel the mist blow off of the falls right there. It just feels really good. I keep looking at this pool because I'm tempted to fish it. Tempted to throw a fly, wet my line, see if there's anything in here. I don't know. In my head, I wouldn't think anything would be in here because it's a waterfall, and when it floods, it just pushes all this through the canyon. But then again, there could be fish in here. I hiked all this way with my fly rod. I haven't fished yet. And if I caught a fish out of here by a waterfall, that'd be pretty cool. All right, I gotta fish it. I gotta fish it. I did catch anything, wasn't really expecting to, but I took a cold plunge in it, cooled off, relaxed, ate pretty much all my food. I feel better, I feel energized now. So now is a good time to climb out of this. And we have to go all the way down that and around in that valley. That's where we came in at. Now that I'm up here, we hiked quite a ways. This is a lot longer and a lot more elevation than what numbers say, or I guess to me. But we have all downhill, pretty much. All right, to climb out. Let's see if it's as easy as it was getting down here. Such a cool place. Like, this isn't really a big waterfall, but it all cascades down, and that's where we saw the really big ones. But still, I'm in the middle of a wilderness area with mountains around, and I haven't seen a single soul out here. Like, I am out here. There isn't anybody for miles. Wow. And I have this all to myself. All to myself. And we're back on the trail. That was honestly easier getting out than sliding down that. Wow. Glad I ended up doing this trail now and didn't turn around, because I was really debating when I first started and got all turned around on the wrong trail and everything. It's when I was really hungry already and was exhausted already and tired from the lack of sleep, and I was really close to turning around, y'all, and not even recording this video or doing the hike or any of it. But I'm so glad I did this. This is so cool. Boy, wow. It's always steeper going down. Like climbing, like I knew it was steep. But yeah, no, it makes a lot more sense why I was struggling earlier. This is really steep. And like really loose rock too. It'd be really cool if I saw some wildlife on the way out of here. I haven't seen anything today. Nothing. And you know, I find that as a common trend. Any wilderness area I go to, I don't hardly see any wildlife at all. Like, I mean, I'll see birds, maybe a squirrel or two, or out here a chipmunk. But like, I don't ever see any large mammals in a wilderness area. And I'm thinking back of like all of them I've ever been to. I always see wildlife in like national parks or driving down like forest roads, or hell, I've even seen them in town. I've seen more wildlife in town than I ever have in a wilderness area. Something about this trail I do enjoy is going in and out of forest. It's like you'll go through these really thick sections of forest with huge trees and just treed out. And then you'll pop open into like this little field area like this. And it gives you an opportunity to like really look around and see the mountains and where you're at and everything. It's really neat. I do enjoy that about this trail a lot. Instead of like just being out in the open and exposed the whole time, or just being closed in a forest the whole time. So it is nice, a little change of scenery every now and then. I believe this is one of the pools I was looking at, and it's like a little shoot off from the main creek, but there's little trout in it, but they're wild, so I've got to sneak up on them. I think this is it. And if it is, I may just try to have to pull one of those out of the water here. But it's like one of those where you have to like, I'm starting to whisper, where like you have to tiptoe in and you pretty much get one cast. And if you mess that up and spook them, you're done. You might as well just keep on walking. Oh yeah, they're in there. They're so skittish though. May have already spooked one. There's one hiding right there. I don't know if y'all see that little fish moving right there. I think there's two of them. Could be a shadow as well. Man, it's so tempting. But that is going to be such a hard cast to make. Because I'm about, I don't know, 15, maybe 10 feet from it. But I'm hiding behind these bushes. And then there's also, like he's hiding behind that log right there with the grass. So that would be a very strategic cast, like a one-time cast right there. I know it's a small trout, but Those small ones have some of the most beautiful color. And that's why I enjoy catching these small trout like that, because they're so colorful. I took literally one step and spooked it. Gosh, those are skittish little fish. Wow. I'll let them be. I've already spooked them, so. But further down the creek, closer to the trailhead and further down that forest road, there's some bigger holes, and I think we can pull some trout out of that. Tell you what, any burst of uphill like that, and I feel it. I feel it. I'm so ready to get back to the truck for more food and water. And so I can fish. I'll do something a little bit relaxing now after this. This piece of the trail right here, I think this is my most favorite part of it all, is right here. I love how thick and big the forest is right here, the nice bench cut trail, then you have this beautiful grass and low undergrowth through here. It's just so pretty with the sun coming through like this. Wow. And we are approaching the boundary of the Hemingway Boulder Wilderness area. And we are now officially out of the wilderness. That's a really cool sign. I love those wooden Forest Service signs. They have like the classic National Forest writing on it, and those are cool. I like those a lot. And wilderness signs. That's the only time you'll see those signs like that. The raw wood and that shape are at the entrance of wilderness areas. The trailhead should just be literally right up here, like less than a half mile, I'd say. Not too far. Not too far. It's crazy to think that we were somewhere back up in that valley, way over there. Hiked a long ways. I have no idea how far I hiked. It's a decent little amount. I'd say about 6, maybe 8. It was a good long hike. We're still not done. Not even back at the truck yet. I just happened to look back and see that. And I was like, wow, we were way up there somewhere. There it is. There's my truck and the trailhead. And my truck is the only one there still. Oh, it feels good to be back in sandals and pretty much barefoot. Wow. Now we can actually go fish the Wood Creek right here, because there's some really good holes and I'm excited to fish them. I've seen fish in them, so I feel pretty confident that I can catch some fish. So let's go find some of these holes and pull some wild trout out of them. This is our first stop. We're just going off the side of the road here. There's a little pull off, and it looks like this used to be an old campsite. Now there's a no camping sign and it's blocked off, but there's good creek access, and it looks like some pretty decent holes down here too. This water looks fishy to me, so I think we could pull something out of this. We got that hole right below the boulder. And then there's one further down that way. But we're gonna start right here. And I am using my nicer 9-foot rod this time, because I'm not packing it in anywhere or anything. And then I am using that little dude there. I don't know if it's gonna focus in or if you can see that. That's what I'm using. Something that goes on top, because they are hitting top water from what I've seen, either on the top or just right below the surface. Okay, so far nothing on the first hole here, this first little piece, but this is a gorgeous piece of creek. Wow, so pretty, so pretty. Looks like there's a hole just right up here. We're gonna test that one out. And then if nothing there, either way, we're just gonna go down the road, find more holes. Well, nothing really right there either. That was kind of a tough one. A lot of fast water on your fly line. And so onward down the road we go to the next location. This is spot number 2. It's right by a bridge. It looks like you could backpacking camp up in here. It's right off the road, but it's a really cool site. And that looks like a really good hole. Let's fish it. I had one on. Dude, they are like hitting so hard on this fly. It's like they're getting it, but they're not really getting it with their mouth. That or I don't know how to set it. Like, wow, there's so many fish in here. And this is all wild too. Like, they do not stock any of this. Ah, that was a good one too, man. They're taking it right off the top too. Right off the top. I got a fish, y'all. I got a freaking rainbow. There he is. There it is. I caught a wild rainbow in Idaho. Heck yeah. Gosh, what a gorgeous fish. Now that I caught a fish, we have dinner tonight. Catch it in the creek and then put it in the fridge right here. Look at that. Can't get much better than that. Got the fish all cleaned up. It's gonna be a good little rainbow later. I'm excited. Now that I've caught a fish, finally, out of that hole, I can go find camp now. Welcome to camp. Wow, what a beautiful freaking place. Ah! Bet you there's fish in that. There's fish in it. I can't stand there and look at it because I'm wanting to fish again, but I'm also very hungry and have dinner to cook. You'll have no idea how excited I am. We have this beauty right here to cook up. Oh yeah. And my dinner plans tonight were nachos with bison. Still gonna make that, but we're gonna have some fish on the side, do like some fish nachos mixed with bison nachos. So here's the plan. We're gonna have ground beef in one skillet, the trout in another. While the ground beef is cooking, I'm gonna make my own taco seasoning. So I'm gonna add some paprika, chipotle chili, and throw in some garlic powder, cumin. I'm gonna have some ancho chili, and onion powder, some red pepper flakes, you know, just keep adding the spice to it. We're gonna make it really spicy. Then some normal chili powder. Can't have too much chili powder, right? I don't know, maybe you can. And then one of my favorites, cayenne. There's a lot of cayenne. And then some pepper and some salt. Now I'm gonna add some water in this and just mix it up, and that's gonna be my seasoning. We're gonna let this cook just a little bit longer. Brown it a little bit more before we put the seasoning in, or the taco mix that I just made. And then in the meantime, we're gonna prep the trout. I'm gonna go ahead and get that cast iron hot. I'm gonna add some oil to it. For the trout, I just have some Cajun seasoning. It's a pre-made seasoning. We're just gonna douse this bad boy in it. Rub it in. We gotta get some on the inside too. Now we can throw this thing into the skillet. when you make a homemade taco seasoning, you pretty much just want like a nice, good paste. That's what you're looking for. So we're gonna put that in. Now I'm gonna add some freshly washed black beans. I'm gonna lightly salt in. Let those cook with the ground beef. And then I also have a can of Rotel, which I typically don't use, but someone recommended it, so I'm gonna try it. And this is the Hatch Green Chili version, so we're gonna give it a shot. Put the whole can in there, and just give it all a good mix. Let everything simmer and cook together. Let's check on our fish over here. Give them a good flip. Look at that. Nice crispy skin. That's one of my favorite parts. That all looks ready and good. The fish has just a little bit longer, not too much. For the nachos, I line the bowl with chips and I fill the center with the beef and everything else. And then I top it off with a little bit of cheese. And now we're just waiting on the fish. We should be almost done. And we're gonna incorporate that in. I don't know how it's going to blend, but we're gonna make it work. And the fish. The final product. Let's dig in. I'm so excited. This is one of my favorite things to do, is catch and cook. I love catching fish and cooking them. There's the skin. We'll lay you over to the side for now. Look at that. Come right off the bones right there. Here we go. Gosh, it's so good. Wow. And then a big old piece of skin. Gosh, it's so good. Man, the limit is 6 in Idaho on the Wood Creek. I could catch 6 of them and just have a whole meal off of that. Wow, that is so delicious. And now the nachos. This is one of my favorite quick and easy meals. Chips have gotten soft. Oh yeah. I love a good set of nachos, and those are pretty solid. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and remember to keep it wild.